This is a very good question, and it's the same question you could ask about anything you're doing, not just image systems. Am I being constantly fooled by my own writing? Am I believing that it is better than it is, that it is having an effect it's not going to have? This is doubt that it can be raised about anything. And image systems in particular, I suppose, because they are meant to be subliminal. And how can you trust or know that the subliminality of your image system, in fact, is moving into the unconscious of the audience or the reader and actually having its effect? And the answer is you can't know directly. But here's how you could help yourself determine it. If you've created an image system, and it is truly subliminal, and it has great variety, great subtlety, it's doing everything that an image system should do throughout the work, and you're wondering, is this really going to have an effect on my reader? Take it out. Strip the image system out completely, and then read what you've written without any image system. Just allow any image or object that wants to find its way in, and there's nothing systematic about it. And then read it stripped of its image system, and ask yourself, how effective is that? And it's a felt thing. I mean, you can't. There's no calibrator you can bring to that experience to make a scientific judgment about it. But read what you've written. Just take a few scenes, or the whole thing, but just take some of it anyway, and strip out the image system and read it dry, so to speak, and ask yourself, how did that feel? And then put the image system back in and read it again. And now you read it, with a certain juice to it, and ask yourself, when the juice is in, does it play better, in my experience, than when it's dry and there is no juice? If you read it and you think that either way, with or without, it really has the same effect, then it could very well be that no, the image system isn't working. But how would you know until you took it out and tested it? You could take a few scenes without and a few scenes with, and then have some innocent person read it without, read it with, and then ask them, which of the two versions do you prefer? And factoring in, of course, that the second time they read it, it's going to be a little different experience than it was the first time. But nonetheless, you could try it that way. There is no science to this. There's no hard, fast way to make that judgment, except trying it both ways, on yourself, on other people, see what the reactions are, and help yourself understand it. Here's another question you might ask. Why would I take it out? Suppose I've written and worked this image system as intended, subliminally, great variety, great subtlety, through the script, and for some inexplicable reason it doesn't work, really. Fine, that could be the case, but why don't you just leave it in and let other people make that decision? I mean, why do you worry about these things? Just, do it, see if, leave it in, and see, if people jump up and down with excitement when they read it or not. But I don't see any particular reason to eliminate an image system simply out of the doubt or fear that it may not be working. But as I said, you could try it both ways and see what the effect is and make a decision that way. But I don't know why I would bother to concern myself.